In this video, let's learn how to split out an array of items and process them individually in a loop. So here we have a webhook, and we've already called this webhook, and we have data we've received. And in the query that we received passed into the webhook is three sets of values in an array. And each one is called value and has some value assigned to it. We want to split this out and process these one at a time. So this might be a web form that's been submitted to the webhook, or it might be an array of data, of images, of information that's received from somewhere. It could even be that an API has been called, or a database, and you're processing rows of a database. So ignore the webhook part. We're just using that to submit data to our loop. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to split out the data. And so we use a split node. So it's called split out. We can drag the fields we want to split out into this top field up the top here. And so we drag our query item that contains the array of values. So that gets dropped up here. No other fields are going to be included. When we execute this, we should see that we have an array that comes out and nothing else. All of the other data is left behind, and there are three values in our array. So far, so good. Now what we need to do is to loop over items. And so what we're going to do is it's going to process this array of data from the split out node, and it's going to process them one at a time. So we can change this obviously and do larger batches if we want to. For the moment, we just want to do it once. So what this loop should now do is pick one item at a time and send it to the next node, and then come back and do the following one. So we should iterate through this loop 3 times in total before it finishes. So the next step is it automatically puts a replace me, and we're going to keep that for now. And all this will do is it will show us that it's processing one item at a time. So we now save this flow. We have all of our workflow set up correctly. And when we execute it, we should see loop over 3 times occur. And we can see here, if we zoom in, that there are 3 items in our array that are going to get processed. So 3 items means we iterate 3 times through our loop. Let's execute and see what happens. It'll happen very quickly. Ready? There it is. So it actually has the number 4, and that's because the 4th time in the loop node, it goes through a separate or a different exit. So here we can see that there's a loop exit, and it's gone through the loop 3 times, and then the last time it's gone through done. And we can inspect this. So we look at our loop node, and we can see that the values that were passed come through here. We can have a look through separate runs. And so we can start with the first run and see what happened. The done branch, there was nothing on the done branch, and the loop branch instead was executed, and it pulled the first value, which is value 1. Now in the second iteration, we open this one up, and the second iteration has pulled the second value out of the array, which is value 2. And obviously in the third one, it pulls value 3. And then in the fourth, there's nothing on the loop branch, so it hasn't executed on the loop branch. It executed on the done branch to say we're now completed, and it passes through all of the data that it processed on the done branch in case you want to take the array of values and do something further with it in your workflow. Over here in replace me, this is the node that would be doing the processing of the data that you're sending through one at a time. You can see that it's pulling data from the loop node. You can have a look or inspect which run you want to have a look at. It shows you the value passed into this node to do the processing, and then what value gets passed out in the end as well as the output. So you can look and inspect at both the inputs and look at each run to see what data is passed, and you can have a look at each of the outputs of this node as well that gets processed as well. And you'll see that what happens is the exit of this node that does the processing loops back into the loop node to continue the loop and to go to the next item. So this is how loops are typically done in coding, and you iterate over an array of values. Hopefully this was really helpful to you. Please like and subscribe.